Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, what we are going to be talking about, some different resources that you guys can find out interesting on listening to your radio scanner like this on radioreference.com. So I hope you guys are ready for this video because I am. Please sit back, relax, and let's get this video started. So on here, we got all these fire channels right here, okay? Then down here on the county government and all this, let's just say, for instance, I'm wanting to listen to the Parkview Security in the inbound radio scanner. All I got to do is put this 152.45. Well, the better not, I know that their iHern on another thing says 155.525. Now, this one is pretty much like all the zoos now, except for the Evansville one, which makes this really kind of interesting, okay? So if I go back and I go here to like Indianapolis, okay? Then I click on attractions and museums. This one's for the Indiana State Fair, but look at this one. This one's for the Indianapolis Zoo. So you guys see pretty much on there, they use 11 RAN on their radio system under the 451 megahertz all the way down to the 468 megahertz. Then going down here at the Indianapolis Children's Museum, they got the 425 all the way down to the 151. Now, let's just say, for instance, I'm going to go up here to listen to, depending on what I want to listen to, I got to think about what they would think. So if I go here to like the football radio frequencies, so like right here to Lucas Oil, okay? So they got the event talk around all the way down to CIS staff. Then Victory Field got the security one. That's the only one that you guys get to listen to. But if I go here to like the IndyCar, I can just put in that one right there. And then Speed TV, which is honestly really kind of interesting. So if I go here to sporting venues in Indianapolis, so we got us a couple choices, okay? So the couple choices we got is like this 451 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Their radio scanner there at Gainbridge Fieldhouse is pretty unique, okay? Because back then in like the radio system of choice, back then in Indiana, so if I go here to Indiana and then I go down here to recreational events, then I go down here to, so you guys see that Holiday World and Splash and Safari has their own system. Their system used to be an old analog system, which almost everybody could listen to. Now, what they turn into is this, their own kind of radio system on their own, which is really kind of sad. So another thing on the sporting venues, to look around the inside of the Indianapolis State Park, we got so many different areas in so many different places that does not even make sense here in Indiana. So if I go down here to major events and disaster frequencies, we got the disaster relief. So on their radio frequency, of course, you guys are probably going to think of this one. Like all these ones are going to be the ones for help. But back then in Hurricane Katrina, which was back then in like DHS, the worst nightmare of regions, which is really kind of interesting. They got so many different places at so many different times, which was really kind of interesting back then. So all I got to do is look up on here, okay? So if I type in hurricane, let's go back from Alex to put Hurricane Katrina, okay? So Louisiana had their own radio system problem, okay? They were using an EDEX Pro Voice, okay? That was all down there, okay? So then most sites in Louisiana State was using a smart zone. So that means they cannot even get like one message out because everybody was using their own system. So that means going on down, you guys got these systems. In Mississippi, Harrison County, Jackson County, Motorola, option. But in Alabama, the only one you guys got is the Alabama radio system. You guys also got the Orange County, Florida P25 system, which was really kind of interesting. So these were the main talkers then, okay? So you guys got the Florida State Troopers, all the National Guard in a hurricane operation. Now these ones right here was part of it, okay? So they got Badger 77, Building Joint Operations Eagle Base HQ, New Orleans EOC, OEP Pelican Base, State Emergency Operations Scorpion, and St. Bernard. So all those you guys also got the field truck, air evac, building, defender, and all of them working as hard as could be. You guys got so many of these different choices. So like going down here to like clicking on Hurricane City. All right, so this is what Hurricane City's website looks like, okay? So pretty much right now, the only hurricane that we're worried about is this one, this low pressure, okay? So then you guys got these choices of Biloxi's radio stations in different areas. Back then during Hurricane Katrina, you guys had temporary flight restrictions. Like nobody could fly over New Orleans even until the thing overlaps. Then you guys got no trams for Mississippi. So all that combined, you guys can only listen to several different ones. So looking right here, so Marine Channel 16 and 22 were like your only operations channels. Then you guys had Mobile Air Command, US Batman Tower, AM Buffalo, and then you guys got some unknown users on those radio frequencies because those radio frequencies might have been yours truly talking on they got so many different places at so many different times. That that was just the magic back then. So if I type in Hurricane Hina. So this one was the hurricane that hit North Carolina, okay? So they got all these radio channels right here for you guys to listen to. Think about during Hurricane Katrina of like the different atmospheres of different places where you guys could listen to. So another thing like down here on Military and National Guard, you guys got like the force channels and so much. Like on Tennessee, you guys only got the Tennessee Flight Watch community to even worry about that hurricane. But if I type in the blizzard, winter, well, they don't got. So if I type in like Hurricane Irene, okay? So they got a couple different choices, okay? So you guys got like the Hurricane WatchNet, then you guys had the Tarhi network. But that was the only reason why that you guys could listen to that by all means. Now Hurricane Isaac was a different. So if you guys remember, during that time, you guys had Hurricane Ida, which was only the worst hurricane that's ever hit Tampa. And I'm sorry to say this, but different people has lost their lives. Because everybody was paying attention to their own media. That is the reason why we should always think about before we even go in choice on listening to radio scanners, we got to be careful on not pushing to push the talk. And that right there, if you guys are ever, and I mean ever, planning to use like a radio scanner, and definitely just think about your own choices in your own eras of radio scanners because there was so many different choices of technology, different choices of stuff. You guys could even listen to the Hurricane Net. Now, the thing is, on the Hurricane Net, the only way for you guys to listen to that was if you guys used like an amateur reel like that, right over there. If that was your only choice, voila. So I, so, I'm going to show you guys something real fast before I let you guys go. So right here is New Orleans, okay? So they got their old radio system called the New Orleans Trunk Radio System, and they currently use this DMR system for their Harrah's Casino. My question is, how does their radio system compact with the ports? That right there is like so very different on some chances that they got there in New Orleans that they got to get done. Now, New Orleans has their own challenges, okay? But the Harrah's Casino and the Super Bowl. So we don't know if they're going to have the Super Bowl this year. And we don't know if they are going to have it this year, but we just got to underwell of like what they use at a single minute. So, so just be advised. If your party is listening to a radio, or if your party loves listening to radios, just make sure to ask them if they wear an earpiece. Because by all means, an earpiece can really help. Now, I hope everybody's understand this video. If you guys have, please make sure to follow my channel. I would love to chit chat you guys later if you guys would like, so please make sure to be advised on different changes, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow.